Hello, I'm Tim Walling with SCLegalCarry.com. If you're interested in getting a CWP for the state of South Carolina, check us out online at www.sclegalcarry.com. All the class dates are listed there. I get a lot of phone calls with folks asking me, what is it like when we go to the range to fire your guns? So let's go over some do's and don'ts. Now what you're going to need, a set of eye protection. You're going to need a holster, a gun belt, unless your holster can attach to your gun belt. You're going to need hearing protection. Now, I don't have my hearing protection on because I'm wearing the microphone and doing the video here. So at SC Legal Carry, we provide all that for you, gun and ammo. You basically arrive for the day. We have everything taken care of for you for that day. So let's look at some of the major don'ts while you're down here. Let's check this out first. Unloaded gun, chambers clear, no magazine in the gun, safety zone. So big mistakes people make when they come to the range. You see the berm right here behind me? That berm runs all the way around right in front of me here where the targets are placed. Now, when your gun's out, this is the positions you're in. You're firing your gun, you're not firing your gun. You're firing your gun, you're not firing your gun. And you are holstering your gun, okay? We do not look for our holster like this with a loaded gun to find it. We think in straight lines, straight out of the holster, straight forward, straight back, straight into the holster, okay? So we never sweep our hand with the muzzle. Keep your strong hand has the gun in it, weak hand does not. So keep your weak hand from in front of that muzzle here at all times. Now, remember, we're firing, we're not firing. A lot of folks have a tendency to, they fire their gun, after they fire their gun, they tilt their gun up in the air. If you're tilting your gun up in the air, you can see the berm here. It's going over the berm and off in an unsafe direction. The only safe direction here is where the berm is, at the target. So you're firing, you're not firing. Do not fire your gun and then tilt your gun up in the air. The other big habit that people have that's really bad is they fire their gun and they point down at the ground. So they'll come up, fire, point right back down at the ground. You don't want to do that at the range because there are 4x4s right here and steel collars on them, and if you're firing and you sweep your gun down and you accidentally fire here, you could hit the 4x4s of the steel. You could come back and injure somebody. So remember, we're firing our gun, we're not firing our gun. We do not fire, come here, we do not fire and go there. This is the only safe direction for you to point that gun. It's in the holster, it's out of the holster, firing, not firing, okay? The other issue I have is there's an issue with the gun. Student will raise their hand. Raise your hand and keep your eyes on your target, keep your gun pointing in a safe direction. A lot of folks will raise their hand and they'll turn to see where I'm at. Notice how the gun goes with them. There's usually a student on the other side of you while you're shooting. So if you raise your hand and go to look for the instructor, you'll point your gun at the student next to you. You cannot point this firearm at another student. Muzzle where the bullet exits the gun. Always must point in a safe direction. Finger off trigger till you identify a target. You make the conscious decision to fire. So keep your finger off the trigger until you're actually going to fire the gun, okay? So let's keep it in a safe direction. Now we are at outdoor range, so there are some bugs and things that fly by. And I know this sounds kind of crazy, but it does happen. Grown adults do this. There's a bee. They start swinging at the bee and running around everywhere. You cannot do that with a loaded gun in your hand. You have got to stay in control. At the worst case scenario, engage your safety, finger off trigger, holster that gun back up. Now deal with whatever it is you need to deal with. But always keep that gun in a safe direction. I have actually had people have an issue with their glasses or hearing protection, so they'll take that gun, load it, bullet in the chamber, and they'll place it right in their armpit, facing right back at the instructor, me, and the other students back there waiting to take the test. So once you get your grip on your gun, never release it, okay? If you have to do something, safety off, safety on, and reholster your gun, okay? Never mess with your eye protection or ears with this gun in your hand, all right? Put it away, safety, and holster it up before you start doing anything else with this gun. Those are some of the major things that people fail the class for. You would think they would be ready, but it is a test and they do get nervous. So prepare and practice for that. Now, let's talk about what is when you actually come down to shoot at the range for your CWP class. You're going to come in, you're going to get your gun, your holster, you're going to have some ammunition in your magazine, eye and ear protection. You are never going to load this gun. This gun will not be loaded until you're online and your instructor says load and make ready. That gun will stay in your holster, never comes out of your holster, never has any ammo in it. No magazines in it at all, okay? So you'll get online, your instructor will tell you, load and make ready. Guns out, magazines in. So we'll insert the magazine. He'll say charge it. We pull the slide one time, let it go. Now there's a bullet in the chamber. Say safety's off, silver button's up. Shooter's ready. We're going to fire one shot and fire. Shooter's ready. We're going to fire two shots and fire. Had a misfire. Failure to feed, actually. Magazine came out. 2 shots and fire. Shooter's ready. We're going to fire one shot and fire. Engage your safety, engage your safety. Silver button down, finger off the trigger, holster that gun. That gun is loaded. All right, now, you're going to draw from the holster. You're going to fire one shot. Shooter's ready, fire. Safety's off. Engage your safety, engage your safety. Finger off the trigger, holster that gun. It is loaded. When I tell you to, you're going to draw that gun from the holster. You're going to fire two shots. Shooter's ready, fire. Safety off. All right, now, shooter's ready. We're going to fire two shots and fire. Shooter's ready. We're going to fire one shot and fire. Now, everybody's gun is empty at slide lock. Engage your safety, Take your magazine out. Check your chamber. Make sure there's no cartridge, ammunition in that chamber. Pull your slide. It'll fall forward. Finger off the trigger and holster that gun up, okay? So that's basically what you're going to do in your CWP class. If you just listen to what your instructor's telling you and stay with him. Now, one thing I like to do is when these guns are at slide lock, I want everybody to stay at slide lock until everybody's through shooting. That way I can check these chambers with you before you drop those slides and put these guns away. We're checking these chambers. 2 people are checking them.
Right,
make sure all these guns are
unloaded.
unloaded.
Shooting at our CWP class. Notice this is a silhouette target. It's a big target. Everything inside the black here does count. You want to shoot here at the red. We want all our shots to be here, but everything here inside this black.
So that's basically what you're going to be looking at in your CWP class. And good luck to you. Hope you check us out on the website and come see us for your CWP at sclegalcarry.com and check us out online. Thank you. Remember, be safe, buy gun locks, use gun locks, be a responsible adult. Don't push your responsibility off on a child. Okay? Lock your gun up.